Despite the fact I became a Sonic fan in the 2010s, most of the Sonic media that I watched and played was the dark era of Sonic games. I got my Wii when I was about 6 or 7, and my dad remembered the console was generally popular. The two games that we got for the system were Sonic and the Black Knight, along with Epic Mickey 2, but I don't know if we'll ever bring that game up again. In fact, the only meta-era Sonic game I played growing up was Sonic Colors. All the other Sonic games were classics, storybook games, and Unleashed. Basically, I was a meta-era Sonic fan playing dark-era games most of my life. With those early 2000s, I also watched the 90s cartoons. My favorite cartoon of them all was The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes, you've heard me right. I watched this show every day and night like my life depended on it. And like I said in my redesign video, it was how I drew Sonic for the longest time until I started adapting Uekawa's art style. And today, we'll be discussing my favorite episode in the series. At least, when I was little. I need to rewatch the series to see if my opinion has changed or not. So, without further delay, grab a snack and get comfortable. And let's take this trip down memory lane with me. The episode in question is called Sonic Breakout, and it starts with Tails trying to convince Sonic to follow a delivery truck. As Tails says that it's his favorite comic book, he wants to be the first in line to get it. I feel you, Tails. I feel you. Tails, worried that he won't get a copy, follows the truck by himself.
But the truck's only doing 80! Now it's fun.
Sonic and Tails, of course, are the first in line to buy the comic first. And it's what Sonic calls the quote-unquote animated talking comic book. It kind of reminds me of the Play a Sound book Spider-Man books that I wanted to death growing up, but I never got it.
The only problem with Crackups is that it doesn't get here fast enough.
It then transitions to Robotnik's Fortress, where Scratch and Grounder are reading the latest issue of Crackups 2. It has a feature to play a small animation in some panels. And now I'm starting to wonder how you can crunch all that work in 1 month consistently. But whatever. In one panel, it has Robotnik as Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. But the people of Mobius just stood round and giggled while that rotten egg just laid there and wiggled.
Now I double checked, and it is illegal to draw someone's likeness without their permission for profit. So, does Robotnik sue the artist? Get his lawyers involved? No, Robotnik decides to straight up arrest him. Scratch and Grounder find the artist responsible, and it's Big Bird's cousin. Or just Sketch Lampoon. Robotnik made a prison complex to arrest his greatest enemies, and makes Lampoon his first prisoner. Meanwhile, down below, Sonic and Tails enjoy the issue, but the radio turns on and reveals that Sketch Lampoon has been kidnapped. It doesn't take long for Sonic to find out it's Robotnik that's responsible, so the duo arrives at his fortress and finds Lampoon locked up. Robotnik tightens security, so Sonic says the best way is to let him catch him. But Sonic doesn't want this to be easy for him. In the classic Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog fashion, Sonic dresses up in a disguise to trick Robotnik to clean his windows for him. So he does, kinda.
Wait a minute, this isn't right.
Much better. Robotnik orders the SSSS squad to capture him, and still, Sonic has fun with them.
La, stalling for time. La, 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 stalling for time. La, la, la.
Hold it right there, Hedgehog!
Boy, you guys are fast. You must have taken your vitamins today.
Shut your yap!
Okay, I will.
Feet apart!
Hands on top of your head.
No!
I was hoping he'd say that.
Why, I oughta...
Scratch and Grounder are humiliated and continue to search. Sonic sees this as an opportunity to act like Michelangelo.
Are you dudes looking for that speed-burning blue dude?
Yeah! Have you seen him?
Dude, he just ripped off my Bud's hang glider and caught a gust. Right?
Tubular!
But here, borrow mine and go after him. Whoa! Wipe out, dude!
It's then when Sonic and Tails set up an anchor and disguise it as a sandcastle. Once Scratch and Grounder get back to the surface, they see that Sonic is tired and attempts to chase them. They see a couple of sand creatures and of course get past them. And while they try to take down a sandcastle, it's the force-set anchor, and they get crushed. After they get back to their senses, they see that Sonic is worn out and exhausted. The SSSS squad takes Sonic to Robotnik's complex, and on their way to Sonic's cell, they run into Sketch Lampoon.
About time you came round. The lining of my cell needs changing.
Hey, it's Sketch Lampoon!
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Mr. Lampoon, I'm your biggest fan. That Humpty Dumpty thing was hilarious.
Well, thanks, kid. What do you think of the Sonic poster?
Aren't I a little taller?
Ah, everyone's a critic.
But I'm here to spring you out of this joint. Yeah, Mr. Lampoon, that big, fat, stupid Robotnik Humpty was a scream.
Get a move on! Visiting time is over!
But rather than taking Sonic to a plain old cell, Robotnik built a special new wing made just for him. Something that Sonic didn't really bargain for, or expect. Robotnik made everything out of nuclear forged steel, so Sonic won't be able to use the spin attack on this one. Robotnik even came extra prepared. I'm talking Batman contingency plan and level planning. If Sonic was to somehow escape from his cell, he will use his... Wait, what is it called again? Oh yeah, his fuel-injected, turbocharged, riveling spear, and his triple-action beryllium-powered lickety-split laser to literally shoot him point-blank. And we're not even done! He will also use his extra-large, super-nasty swinging spike ball that will flatten him faster than one vertical pixel touching him in the classic games. Just know of all the things that I do for you guys. Now that Sonic is out of the way, Robotnik is going to have a lot more power and freedom than he already had. He starts by forcing Sketch Lampoon to draw his dream body.
Your new issue of Crack-Ups will be all about me. I'll show Mobius how I really am. Start drawing. No, thinner. More muscles. More handsome. Yes, that's it. My eyes are like pools. My teeth like polished ivory. That's what I look like.
Ah, in your dreams.
Wait. This is an outrage. He must be stopped. While Sonic struggles to figure out how to escape, he overhears Scratch and Grounder arguing over the newest Crack-Ups issue. This gives Sonic the idea of using the picture of him that was in that month's edition.
Oh, this is rich. This is a riot. This is the best Crack-Ups ever. Man, the one that came out today is nothing compared to this new one.
What new Crack-Ups?
So, Sketch just gave me an advance copy of next month's issue just before you guys kidnapped him. Oh! Want to see it?
Although there is one problem for Scratch and Grounder. They can't open the door because Sonic might run away. But Sonic's legs are in chains, and he will literally get vaporized if he steps one toe outside the cage. So, they decide to compromise by Sonic leaving the Sonic on the floor, they're gonna pick it up, and so they do that. And while their backs are turned, Sonic uses the Sonic pinup and attaches it to Grounder's ass. By the time that they figure out it's the same issue from earlier that day, it was too late.
Last one.
Huh? What gives, Sonic?
That's a trick!
Jesus Christ! Robotnik didn't hold back. Anyway, Sonic takes the keys to free himself and escape. Although I do find it weird that the lasers aren't shooting Sonic right now, but I guess it has a recharge period. Sonic has another plan to trip all the alarm sensors to confuse the computer.
Yo, Mr. Computer! Time to play Wheel of Hedgehog! Always wanted to be on TV.
Unauthorized entry, corridor 23, sector A. Corridor 52, sector G. Gate sensor B. I mean D-level, device D6, yeah.
Keep up with him!
And at this point, the computer is overwhelmed with all the sensors going off at once and just gives up. Sonic tricks Scratch and Grounder again, saves Mr. Lampoon, and escapes Tails. And the episode ends with Robotnik traveling back and forth like Humpty Dumpty, which says the iconic line,
I hate that hedgehog!
and of course I'm going to talk about Sonic Says, because I'd be crazy if I didn't. It basically talks about vandalism and not doing art on public property, which is always a good message to follow.
Hold it, little buddy. Art is way past cool, Tails, but don't use a building for a canvas, because that's graffiti.
Well, let's see it.
Now that's art. I'm waiting. Now that's way past art.
And that was the episode. I kinda enjoyed it. Almost every episode followed the same format. Robotnik does something malicious, Sonic and Tails must stop him. And yes, I am aware of the Chaos Emerald arc later on in the show. And I'll probably talk about that another time. Something that I really enjoyed was the story centered around a comic book. I'm an artist myself and love reading comics, and my already big collection is still growing, so it was fun on the watch. Most of my inspiration comes from video games and comic books anyway. But if I'm going off script here, if there is something that I could complain about, I kind of wish the Sonic Says kind of went more in depth about vandalism and legal stuff. I know I know the stuff is all for kids and stuff, but still, it's kind of illegal to draw out someone's likeness without their permission for profit, and they could have told someone a lesson like that, but they ended up not to. So I kind of wish they did something like that. And also, I decided to make this video so I could reminisce on my early years. Hopefully, if I don't get struck down by the YouTube gods, I could talk more on this show. Maybe even other shows that I enjoy. Also, I wanted to say thank you for the support you guys gave me for the last video. At the time of writing the script, it's gotten 575 views, which probably isn't a lot to some people, but it still feels good. And now, other than I'm looking back at editing the video now, I just gotten 1,000 views, which is crazy. I'm overwhelmed by the analytics, which is still growing, by the way. And the comments too. I got one comment telling me about the Euro artwork, and I'm like, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thank you for the support. I hope that my content can continue to grow with consistency. Yeah, thanks for watching. I want the music to cut while I say something dumb, but I can't think of anything. Oh, I got one. Sonic's Dream Collection.